This episode is proudly brought to you by the members of the You Run Podcast Network. All shows can be found at yourunpodcast.com. So go and find your new podcast addiction today.
You want to die tonight?
The dad jokes you tell sets the scene. I hang on every word lost in the screen. Your passion for fear is contagious enough. You make me believe in Mark's overblown roundups. You run podcasts or a movie review, unveiling facts and playing games too. Your words paint pictures of darkness and dread, leaving me grinning long after I fled. But you run podcasts.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the You Run Podcast Horror Movie Review. And thank you for taking a gamble on us if this is the first time you're listening. We are a show that is run and controlled by the listeners. My name is Scott.
My name is Mark. Don't be pun-centric tonight. There's no need for it. Nobody likes it. Nobody likes it when you be this guy.
If ever there was a movie that required me to be this way, it is today's movie. Thank you for joining us for another episode if you're a regular listener. We are now at the end of our Halloween season, minus a bonus episode that you don't know about yet. And I'm really feeling the Halloween vibe now. Like, we're recording this at the beginning of October, but I am fully ready to, like, you'll see my setup that's normally there is all dismantled. Like, by the time the next episode comes out, I am going to be in the brand new studio. I'm feeling so Halloweeny now. It's untrue.
Yes, very much. By the
I'm
way,
there.
do I know about the bonus episode?
You do.
Do
You
yeah,
do.
I do. I definitely do, because I pay mass amounts of attention to everything that's going on here.
Well, if anyone follows us on Instagram, you will see that every week I'm like, next week, I put up a post like recording on Friday, and I put the movie or the movies that we're recording, and it's not for the listeners' benefit, it's for Mark's benefit, because he normally messages me going, "Oh, brilliant, thanks for that, mate. Cheers."
Right. The thing is, and it's not because I don't pay attention. I do. I take everything in that we're doing right now. I'll remember fuck all tomorrow. I will remember nothing. And I'll remember brief snippets of conversations, and there'll be the occasional episode where I'll do something really dumb, and I'll like cringe at myself all day for it. Maybe even it might even last a couple of days, depending on how bad it was. But usually we'll wrap up and it's like, right, I'm like 5 beers in, and you're like, yeah, so next week, dude, we're doing this, this, and this. Like, yeah, man, got you. Don't you worry. I'll get the prep in this week. And then it's like, shit, Scott, what did we say we were doing next week?
But it's not just for like the episodes we're doing here. It's like for the Patreon. If you're like, what's our topic for Patreon this month? It's like, it's this. All right. And then you'll be like, so how are we doing that? Fuck, you just doing that. Just pick the topic and talk about the topic.
The worst thing is when you ask me to like do polls and you're like, right, so next month we're gonna have this. This is our sort of thing. You need to have like 16 movies or 8 movies. I don't even know how many movies I'm supposed to give you each time. You're like, yeah, you need you to pick 8 of these movies. I'm like, yeah, dude, I'll get that to you. And then I'll get a message like, mate, I need to get polls out. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and then it wasn't that long ago. You literally sent me a photograph of a piece of paper you'd written them down on while you were on site or in your van, and sent me the photograph of the piece of paper. It's these movies.
I lead a chaotic life, man. It's nuts, and I try my best, you know. But I'm here, and that's what's important.
It is what's important, and I love the fact that that's where you are, because it makes my week so much more entertaining. Where I'm like, so you ready for this week? Like, I'll message you on a Tuesday, like, you ready for this week? And you're like, yeah, what are we doing again? You said, yeah, you're ready, but you have no idea what we're covering. It's just brilliant.
I feel I could wing it probably 80% of the time. I could come in here like I've watched the film and bumble my way through convincingly enough without actually watching the film. I don't do that, by the way. I've never had to do that yet. There's been a few occasions where I've almost watched the wrong film.
Yeah.
Thinking that, well, like, not because like I've not known what we were doing, but I've maybe like watched the wrong film. So, like, say for instance, what films are like quite similar in terms of title? Like, there's quite a lot of like witchboard movies and witchcraft movies and things
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
There's I can't think off the top of my head which movie it is, but I know there's been an occasion where you're like, "Oh, we're doing this week." I'm like, "Yeah, cool." And I've
It
done
was
the
a.
prep for an entirely different movie that we're not even covering, and you've been like, "Oh, yeah, so what did you think of this scene?" I'm like, I don't remember that happening in the movie, and I'm like
It,
scrambling like 2 hours before we're about to record, trying to watch the film that I'm supposed to have watched.
it was. I can't remember what movie we. It was a reboot. You thought we were doing the reboot, and we were doing the original, and you watched the reboot, and you hadn't seen
Yeah.
the original.
Oh, mate. Yeah. That's happened more times than I can remember, to be honest with you, where I've got confused with which version of the film we're watching. But there was a specific movie that had like a similar title, and I
Yeah,
watched the
the wrong
wrong
one.
the wrong one and was like real invested in it. I was like, oh, I can't wait to talk about this. Yeah.
If this is your first time listening, we give you a brief overview of the movie before we dive into our thoughts on kind of everything. We cover specific scenes, we cover the ending, the middle, the beginning. We will ruin the movie. If you've not seen it before, please go and watch it because we don't give you a spoiler warning. We're just going to spoil it. Later in the show, we have some interactive features. I think it's captioned this week, but I could be wrong. Yeah, it's captioned this week.
It definitely is. Yeah, I remember.
We also have production facts. We have no voicemails this week. We have no Spotify messages this week. So instead, I with a little game, and we've not played a game here for a while now because we have the ongoing game that no one can beat. Today's episode has been consistently requested, like forever, by Jim at Jim's Retro Emporium.
I love that you did that because
Yeah.
not many people know the relationship we have with Jim.
Yeah, well, we have a really good relationship with Jim, and that's not me bashing him for being a homosexual man who likes dick. Like he's cool with the way that we communicate that with him. Jim has requested this literally for 3 years, and it's taken so long for it to finally get here. So, Jim, today's episode is purely for you. This is a Jim's purpose-built Jim's episode, which means it is extra.
How?
It is Friday. You're having some beers. You're working on planning a party in a furniture store in a shopping mall. Beers are flowing. Tops are dropping. Tits are popping. Life is great. You're the happiest you've ever been. Well, until the newly employed robotic security guards begin their shift and start fucking with your mojo by killing people for absolutely no reason whatsoever. Like none whatsoever at all. So you decide to fight back against the machines and who honestly have the accuracy of a stormtrooper and look a little bit like a bad Tesla. What could possibly go wrong? It's Chopping Mall from 1986. This movie is so much fun. This was a first watch for you.
It was, yes.
I teased it on the last episode. I got a message from you. You put Chopping Mall, what the fuck? And I literally put my head in my hands and went, oh no. And I messaged you back going, it's great. It's great. It's so much fun. It's so stupid. And then you message back like 10 minutes later again, oh, it's fine now. I've got to a bit I'm in. I was like,
yeah.
There
was a weird moment where like I can message you and you immediately reply. Like you're always accessible from that standpoint. But like I messaged you when I started the film and it was about 10 minutes in, and I was like, oh my god, dude, what the fuck is this? And then I didn't hear anything from you for about 40 minutes, which for most people be like 40 minutes, give the man a break. No, this is unusual for Scott. Like I can message him and he's there. Like I know I can have immediate access to a conversation if I need it. And I was like, oh shit, like why is he not replying? Like I was genuinely concerned. I was like, shit, has he got a fall?
Not again.
Like, fuck, here we go again. But yeah, no, man. So like I didn't hear from you, and then by that point, I'd got more and more invested in the movie as we'd gone along.
Yeah, this movie is the most basic of basic movies. So it opens up with a robot chasing down a guy, and then he tases him, and then it comes up the end, which I'll be honest, first time watch through me, I was like, have I put the wrong movie? Like, have I fucking hit the wrong button?
We spoke about this last week. Fucking cold opens, man.
Yeah, this cold open I quite like because it's not a cold open then into a credit sequence. It's a cold open into a sales pitch to the staff of the mall, which I think is weird. So they're bringing in these new robot security guards, and there's the robotics guy, the doctor, whatever his name is, Dr. Robotnik, who's selling them.
Right.
And he's like, yeah, we've got these new robots. They're going to be your new mall security. But the people he's telling are the people who work there. And I thought it was really bizarre.
Well, it's extremely bizarre because we know from real life experience that those people do not have an opinion in this situation.
No, it would be an email that went out from the shopping centre. We've now employed robotic security guards. I really like the fact that someone in the audience, like, yeah, well, how do they tell the difference between us, like, and normal and like villains? Because we work nights sometimes, like really like petty, like retail worker kind of. Well, you don't know what we do. We work out of hours. It's that attitude. And he's like, well, the robots are equipped with a really cool scanner. And when he held his card up and it had a barcode on it, I was like, it's a self-checkout till.
It's a self-checkout till. Yeah, it really, really is, man. This is the thing, like, for me, like, I sent you that message. I was like, I just don't know about this, dude. I don't know about this fucking movie. And it was this particular scene, like, it was just really fucking long, drawn out and unpurposeful. Like, I know it was trying to deliver key information regarding the robots themselves, but there was those two annoying little staff members at the front that kept like eye rolling each other. It was very trauma-esque, and I was like,
is that the bickering couple? They're from another movie, and I can't remember what movie it is, but it's another. It's not a horror movie. It's a stupid like sitcom-y style movie. And they're from that, and they were friends of the people who made this, and they thought it'd be cool to.
They were doing a bit,
doing a bit. And unless you've seen that movie, which I haven't, it doesn't work. Like I didn't get who these two were, and he's like, "Aha, it's got laser eyes like your mother." What?
Yeah. So that makes more sense to me now. That would basically be like if I could reference it to something more familiar with me, would be like putting Ray and Deborah from Everybody Loves Raymond in the opening of this and having those two bickering like a wife and husband dynamic between each other. And because I'd seen that show, I'd be like, very funny, lol, lol, lol. But here, I didn't get it. And I was like, why are they getting so much focus and attention? They're very fucking annoying. And every single eye gesture and frowny thing they do and backhanded comment they make is just pissing me off.
Yeah, it's silly, and it goes from here and it goes off to. So one thing you do get is this montage of the shopping mall.
Mm-hmm.
The montage of the mall, it has everything. It's got a kid on a skateboard. It's got a couple that are getting kissy and handsy. It's got like fucking Miss USA and all the other contestants coming down the escalator in their underwear for no reason whatsoever, and it's the most 80s centric thing I've ever seen. And the score to this movie, fucking bravo.
Amazing. It's just synthwave galore. I love it. I love it so much.
It is so like this scene in particular, like it's kind of hits. It's like wow, 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 and I'm like.
But the bizarre thing is, man, it's like that all the way through. Like there's not even like it doesn't variation with emotional scenes in particular. Like it is literally constant. It is constant, just all the way through. There's no like dipping down for like dialogue segments. Even when characters are talking between one another, it's still there. All the way through. It's like, all right, yeah, I'm down. I like it. It's cool. But yeah, it doesn't let up. There's no like changing in it. It's just there in the background all the way through the movie.
It really is. And there's a scene later on with the three guys after they get all armed up, and I'll talk about it when I get there. They've got almost like their own Avengers level synthwave intro music, and it's
It
cool
is
as
cool.
fuck.
Yeah, it is cool.
But we cut from here and we go to the diner, and we meet the two main protagonist ladies. You've got, I don't know how I would refer to her, the louder of the two,
The
who's trying
female
to
Pete Burns.
yeah, he's trying to convince her friend to go on a blind date. And I'm like, okay, right, I'm on board with this. What the fuck is the deal with the big fat guy in the rest?
I have no idea.
She's like, yeah, be careful with him. He's really handsy. She's like, yeah, he's like a whale. And I'm like, I'm not into the whole fat shaming thing. But then it instantly cuts to this guy and he's gone, more butter, more butter.
Yeah, man. Like, there's so much stuff about this movie where it's like walking that line of trauma.
It really, really is. And Roger Corman had a hand in this movie in one way or another, which is why it's incredibly exploitive of women and there's tits and ass everywhere.
Yeah, and like Jim Wynorski, who directed this movie, we've covered. I don't know if we covered it on our show or if we just guested on Heather's show for it.
Yeah,
but we did Sorority House Massacre 2, which is a fucking awesome movie. And one thing that I noticed in particular is his style of directing throughout this movie very much transitions between the two. He does a lot of. He's not a central director. He never films anything from a midpoint. It's either really high up or really low down. And I like that. I like that. There's a lot of wide room shots, almost like you're playing a Resident Evil game.
Yeah.
That's the only way I could really describe it, especially the older Resi 1, Resi 2, Resi 3, where it's like it's statutory in a corner and everything's going down below and you're looking down on the characters as everything unfolds, barring the occasional close-up segment of like the air shaft stuff and particular scenes, but majority of the stuff is filmed on a higher level, pinning down on everybody and looking over shoulder. And I really like that. It has a really unique aspect to the stylistic choices that are made throughout this film. It's certainly not Martin Scorsese level directing, but he has his own unique flair to how he likes to pursue a movie. And I liked it. I liked it here. I liked it in Sorority House Massacre 2. Again, both of these movies, in terms of directing quality, do not need praising, but it's nice to see that he has a vision of how he thinks movies should be shot, and he carried that on through the two movies, at least the two movies of his that I have seen so far.
Yeah, there is a real distinct style to it. One thing that's missing from it is someone who can write dialogue. We meet the three guys in the furniture store. Their conversation is so painful, but it's so fucking funny. You got the guys, like the nerdy guys, like, yeah, well, we need to lock up on time. And he's like, no, we're having a party in the store. He's like, in the furniture store? You can't do that. And then he's like to the other guy, did you get the beers? You're the beer guy. He's like, oh, dude, I got the beers. It's like, the fuck is this? Who wrote this? What 12-year-old boy from 1986 did you rope in the mall and go, how do kids talk? Like, can you just write down like a conversation about a party for me? It's
but
so
the thing is about it though, it's like the characters who are playing the actors who are playing these characters are fucking well above the means of their age. You know, like it's so hard to digest. It's like you look like you should be married with children, not pretending to be a teenage frat boy working in a furniture store. I don't get it.
But they are fucking hilarious. So they've got this party that's happening. They're having a, I don't even understand what it is. They're having an after party in the furniture store for no reason, but it's a Friday. And they're all very much like,
hey, everybody, we're all going to get laid.
Like, that's the whole point of this.
Yeah.
When the party begins, it starts off kind of like they're all dancing and they talk a little bit, and it goes from that into, I don't know, like move a foot to the left and you're part of an orgy. Like you've got two people shagging on that bed, two people shagging on a sofa. and you've got the nerdy guy and the nerdy girl sat watching some god awful movie from 1953.
I've been in these house parties. I've done this shit. That is legit, to be honest with you. I've done like one in the bed, one on the sofa, one on the sofa next to. We've been in that vibe, man. Yeah, I didn't have any issue with that because I know I've lived it and I know it's real.
Were you the one watching the movie from 1953?
I don't feel like I want to kiss and tell in this situation. I'll be honest with you.
Let them come.
No. Of course not. Of course not. I'm the man. But I immediately knew, though, as soon as we had him watching fucking Godzilla or whatever it was, like, yeah, you're our final guy and you're our final girl.
And she's a great pick for the final girl, and they really stamp it home later on that she really is the final girl. But the amount of gratuitous boob, I complained last week that we didn't get enough boob. This week has made up for it. Like, I have got a year's worth of tits in about 8 minutes. They're everywhere. Like, everywhere you turn, there are a pair of boobs. There's big boobs, skinny boobs, boobs that climb on rocks. Like, there's every variation of breast in this movie on full display for no reason whatsoever, apart from we want to.
Boobs. Just boobs.
Yeah.
That's it. Again, like, that's what I said last week. He's like, boobs are a ticket item in terms of that and slocky horror movies. Wrong Turn didn't require it because it didn't need that ticket item. This is a movie that does.
It really does. So you get the just like the jock guy and the like prissy girl, and that they finish having sex. She's like,
I hate both of them.
I don't like either of them. She's like, I need a cigarette. He's like, well, tough. I haven't got any. She's like, I need a cigarette and I need it now. And he's like, don't give a shit. And then he does the thing that every guy does. She drops the like sheet, pushes her boobs together, goes, I'll make it worth your while. And within a blink of an eye, he's got his jeans on, his shirt on, and he's leaving the store to go to the cigarette machine.
Yeah. John Carpenter move. He does it in Halloween. It's a rip-off. We've seen it done better.
Yeah, but it's very, very true. Like, put in that situation, I need you to get me this. Nah, fuck off. I'll make it worth your while. Every single one of us men, we're simple creatures, go, will you? Oh, well,
you see, the thing is, though, I've reached a point in my life now where I don't fall for that bullshit. I've learned because, like, they do it and they don't follow through.
They don't deliver.
They don't deliver. It's fake promises. You know what you've got and you use it as a weapon, which would be great if you were consistently with it and you were like, yes, I'm in. But they don't. Headache. I'm tired now. It's like, I just fucking ran 300 miles to go get you a McDonald's milkshake that you were requesting on a promise, by the way, and you didn't deliver.
I'm gonna break the fourth wall a little bit here. There is a line that I used on Lisa that had her crying with laughter when she said she had a headache. So she said she had a headache. I went into the kitchen and I got a little bit of flour, like just like normal flour that you cook with, and I put that flour on the end of my penis, and I come back.
Right. Are you sure you want to do this?
Yeah, it's fine. And I come back in the room. And I went, how bad your head? It's really, really bad. And I went, well, I've just peppered my penis in aspirin. Would you like it orally or as a suppository? And it broke Lisa for fucking 10 minutes. She was crying with laughter. And then I had flour on my penis, which is, if you've ever got flour on your penis, it's really hard to get off. Like, it's not a thing you want to do. But it's a great line.
I don't know if it was worth the effort, man. I'll be honest with you.
Oh, well, it's a great... Someone who's listening to this will say that to their girlfriend or wife at some point this week. Or husband.
Yeah. And then we'll be getting done for fucking causing divorces across the country.
Well, I've been divorced multiple times. It's not that bad.
You have.
Yeah.
But
between me and Heather, we collect wives and husbands like Pokemon cards.
Yes. Yes, you're a few murders away from being your own movies. I'll be honest with you, killing off husbands and wives for inheritance.
The thing is, neither of us have killed the husbands or wives off, which is why we're both still poor.
This is it. Considering the amount of true crime that the two of you devour, you think you'd have learned a trick or two by now.
You probably, but maybe Lisa could be my first victim.
Well, not now. You've just fucking grassed yourself up on air.
Oh yeah, no, sorry, I'm not going to do that. Anyway, let's move on. The kill bot starts. So the building gets struck by lightning, and we get I'm going to say it's a really shit kill of the technician guy, where it's almost like staples him in the throat.
Yeah,
like really, really crap. And then the first decent kill we get is the guy who's gone to get cigarettes. The kill bot like rocks round the corner, and
I like this a lot, right? So this, when I was messaging you, and I was like, dude, don't know about this movie, man. It's fucking stupid. This was it. This was a turning point. So I just couldn't see past the fucking the whole treadmill vibe I was getting from these robots. You know,
Yeah.
I was like, how in any way, shape, or form are you intimidating? Like, I could literally jump over the top of you. It reminded me of that robot from what am I thinking of? They had a recent remake on Netflix, which was fucking great. Lost in Space. What's the stupid robot from that movie?
Oh, Danger, Will Robinson. Danger,
Will Robinson. And I was like, the whole time, I was like, this is fucking ridiculous, this robot. Like, what is that going to do? And then this first kill, where it literally like chokehold that guy after like darting him in the neck, and he passed out, and it's like his little grabbers came out and chokehold him. I was like, okay, all right. Maybe this is going somewhere.
and
then it did.
It's when the girlfriend finds him, and it didn't just chokehold him; it chokehold him and slit his throat. And the practical effects on the throat slit, really,
Not
really
bad.
good.
Not bad. I mean, they weren't great. You could see. Do you know what I mean? You could see the makeup effects. It was like very early Tom Savini level stuff, but it was like, it was all right, and I didn't hate it. I could tell where it was like trying to blend in with his actual skin, and it wasn't. It was just a bit of
Rubber.
I don't even know what they used to do that.
Latex.
Like latex. Yeah, it's like a latex, liquid latex patch that they stuck on his neck and then tried to blend in with makeup. You could see that. However, yeah, I thought it still looked pretty decent considering the movie's overall quality. I was like, all right, that's not bad.
What did you think of the janitor kill? Who's the guy from Gremlins? I love him. I think he's
I
amazing.
love him. It was nice to see him in this movie as well. I liked it. because I'm a big fan of that Who Framed Roger Rabbit kind of
lightning.
cartoon. Yeah. It's just a vibe from the 80s, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's like an 80s aesthetic where like people get electrocuted, and instead of seeing them electrocuted, you just see the skeleton. You know, like and I love that stuff, and I loved it here, and especially considering the actor who was in this scene as well. He did like he was a scene stealer in that moment. So I was very much on board for that.
It's the robot knocks his bucket over, and it's that shitty, dirty brown water that goes all over his leg. Him turning around and going, "The fuck is your problem, you fucking stupid tin can?" I'm like, yes, you're my sort of guy. And he's like, I need to see your identification. He's like, there's my fucking identification. And the robot's like, no. And it just fucking frazzles him, like drops a taser.
It's not even that though, but it's like, this was what was like, yes, right, okay, now I'm interested. And this was the reason why, is because it didn't just like hit him and frazzle him out. It missed him and fell in the water. And then you're like, these fucking robots are stupid. And it's like, actually, no, because it was aiming for the water.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like that was like, yeah, all right, that's made me sort of sit up in my seat a little bit. Like, you did that on purpose. That's very intelligent, and you don't look like the type of robot who is very intelligent and has that level of capabilities. And then again, it just kept proceeding more and more from there to the point where they were doing things along the way that made them feel like they were an intimidating presence. That was something that I wasn't expecting, because the first time I'd seen them, I was like, oh, these fucking things, man. Like, really? Am I just going to eye roll for the next fucking 90 minutes watching this show, watching this movie, thinking, just kick them in the head or tip them upside down?
Yeah,
but they
and I
don't.
think
They utilize their limitations very, very well. Like when they bust through that door and stuff, and they stick the bubble gum on, and then the lasers go on, and I'm like, all right, you're quite resourceful as a set of little things.
I've got to ask though, why do security robots have plastic explosives just knocking around in their arsenal? They put plastic explosives on a door and blow it off the fucking hinges. I'm like, why have you got that? At what point in like being a security guard do you need
C4.
a little bit of C4 fucking knocking around? But I like the fact.
Time up.
Okay, no worries. Breaking the fourth wall. Mark is taking a time out, so we're going to pause it like magic, like this. So normally I edit things like that out. However, hey, I'm going to use the same editing ability that the directors and producers of this movie used, and just leave it in because it's fine.
What, you actually left that shit in, man?
No, I paused it, but I basically went, yeah, Mark's going for a wee now. I'm going to pause it, and now we're back.
Oh man, you have the power as well to make that seem seamless, and you've chosen not to.
I've chosen like normally we've had breaks, we've had wee breaks, we've had fucking technical issues, we've had you fall off chairs, we've had all sorts that have been seamlessly removed. But I've reached a point in my life where I feel people just want to see the authentic us.
Yeah, well, there you go. I needed a wee. Sorry, guys. Didn't mean to interrupt the flow, but I had to go.
Mark has drained the lizard and now he has returned.
Usually I'll wait till we'll get to like recommended account of the week or some sort of intersection where there's a sound bite or something like that, and I can like time out.
Yeah,
man, I need a minute. I just couldn't. I couldn't do it tonight. I'm sorry.
It's old age. Your bladder shrinks as you get older.
It's not old age. It's just the content of beer and the amount of hours we've been sat here tonight.
This is very true. I want to talk about the lasers that make zero sense. So these robots fly around, fucking blasting away like stormtroopers, hitting absolutely fuck all.
Nothing. Considering how intelligent they're supposed to be, their aiming is atrocious.
But then they shoot a girl in her ass.
Yep.
And leave a little red dot. She's like, ow. And then they shoot her in the shoulder. She's like, ow. I'm like, oh, they don't really do a lot.
Yeah, that's one thing that I picked up on straight away. I was like, what is it? Like,
yeah,
it's not like a laser, like a Star Wars laser, where it just like cuts through and leaves a hole.
But it is, because 2 seconds later, they zap the same woman with the same laser in the face, and her head completely fucking explodes.
Which was fucking cool, by the way. I really like this.
Yeah, it's awesome, but there's no consistency to what the lasers do. And they're random colors. Like 1 minute they're blue, the next minute they're pink. And I'm like,
I didn't know if that was distinguishable between robots.
Yeah, because you've got robot 1, 2, and 3. 1's like the really angry one. 2's kind of like his mate, and 3's the one that gets taken out quite early with the gas canister.
That was one thing that really surprised me about this movie as well. Like, I could accept one rogue robot.
Yeah.
But then when I discovered there were 3 of them, I was like, okay, is this like a system failure?
Yeah. It's where the building got struck by lightning. They all went, oh, we kill people now. Because we've established in horror, if lightning strikes any robotic equipment, it instantly becomes the devil.
Yeah, not just that, just anything, to be honest with you. It fucked up Chucky and Child's Play.
It did.
Frankenstein is a big culprit for it too.
Yeah, so lightning's evil. That's what horror tells you. Lightning causes you to be an evil person.
Yeah.
There's a bit where they climb in the air ducts to try and get away, and they manage to get the girls in the air ducts, and then the boys don't get in the air duct, and we get this like split up, which I think is really clever because it allows us to get to know the guys and to know the girls and to understand their dynamics individually. And I actually really like that decision. The bit where the guys get out and they're like, we need some weapons. They're like, where are we going to get some weapons? It's like, oh, Dick and John's Sporting Goods. He's like, how are we going to get it? He's like, I've got the key. And then fucking launches a crowbar through the window.
Yeah, smooth move. I feel like I could pull off a line like that, given if I needed to. But I just want to touch upon what you said regarding them splitting them up as characters. I think that was a very wise decision to make, because very much up until this point, they were all just blurred and melding into one.
Yeah.
I couldn't separate or distinguish anybody. But then when I did get that separation segment where the lads were having intellectual conversations between themselves and the girls were stuck in the air duct and they were having conversations between themselves, it kind of presented that individuality to each individual character that I was like, right, that's what I was missing. That was where my lack of investment was, because you was just a group up until this point. But now I'm getting to know your own individual personalities through this divide. I needed that, I think, with this movie.
Yeah, and I think they do it really well. I mean, you get the guys go off and arm themselves to the teeth in this sporting goods store, which for me, being in the UK, having a shop that just has an abundance of firearms in a shopping centre is mind-bending to me, that you can walk into a shop and there's shotguns and semi-machine guns and handguns and grenades and fuck knows what else. Like, that is just so wild to me that that's a thing that actually exists.
Yeah. I would like the accessibility to it, though. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah,
I'm thinking of getting my shotgun license.
You fall off roofs. The last thing you need is firepower.
No, but I do go shooting quite a lot. Like I go shooting quite a lot locally to where I am. Not shooting. I've never killed anything. I've hit like a pheasant on a road before and I didn't sleep for like a week. It proper messed me up. So when I say I go shooting, I go clay pigeon shooting. There's a shooting range not too far from where I live, and I really, really enjoy it. But the guns are shit. The guns are really shit that they give you, that you rent when you go there. And I'm thinking of getting my own. And I'm thinking of getting an actual shotgun.
Are you going to get a pump action shot? You strike me as the guy who's
dude. I'm
the one-handed
doing that shit.
The one-handed.
Yes. I'm fucking spinning it. I'm getting a pump action. That's what I'm going to do. But you have to like go through this entire process of getting a license to be able to home it in your house. Like, and it's got to be like secured in a cabinet, like, and it's got to be bolted to the wall and all the rest of it. But yeah, I think now's as good a time as any, without diving too politically, to have a shotgun in your home.
It's not a bad time, to be fair. I really love when these guys come out with like fucking bullet vests. And there's a line in here where he's like, let's Rambo these motherfuckers. And
I love that.
And as they come out of the store, there's this real, almost like Avengers Endgame level synth wave for these three guys in slow motion walking through the mall, drawing shotguns and like pulling guns over their shoulder as they're going towards this robot. And they like the robot's firing lasers at them, they're firing bullets at the robot. None of them could hit the back end of a barn if they tried. There's fucking bullets and lasers ricocheting everywhere. No one gets hit. Not at all. No. They're 3 foot apart.
No, I mean, they hit the robot. The robot's bulletproof, though, isn't it?
Yeah. So they use the gas canister. Really clever. Roll it out.
Though, does it?
Well, we get some cool little fireworks and some sparks and a little bit of an explosion.
That's what I wanted to talk to you about. The sparks. Fucking the sparks in this movie, man, it is insane. This is like watching an episode of Red Dwarf. Like, it is literally consistently sparking everywhere. It's like bonfire night, dude. Every time you watch this film.
The one on the lift is the worst. When they drop it down on the lift, and you get, it's almost like a firework display of red and blue at the bottom. Like, I'm expecting someone to come over a tannoy and go, don't forget, you can go to the concession stand and get a hot dog. Like, that's exactly. It's so. But it's literally they've gone.
Yeah.
How do we do an explosion? Oh, there's a fireworks shop in the mall we're in. I'll go and buy. They only had red and blue. Like, it's all they had. Like, I told
Yeah.
them I wanted like silver, but this is what we've got. We'll have to make it work. And this movie was made for about £8.50.
Oh, mate, it is the most low budget thing you've ever seen in your life, and that's what really like didn't draw me in originally, is because of we might as well deal with it now. Is the design of the robots is fucking stupid.
It is, but it is quite inspired. They've taken inspiration from Short Circuit, from Johnny Five, like with the tracks. Like, that is where
We're
that
living in a
came from.
Terminator era. Terminator 1 was out by this point.
Yeah, it was.
So like we're like pre-Terminator, post-Terminator. Sorry.
Yeah,
And this is what we went with.
do you know what they are? They are Johnny Five is alive, Will Robinson. That's where they are.
That's where they are, yes. And that, for me, like living in a post-Terminator era, is like, how could you possibly come to this conclusion that this was the one to go with?
It's budget. It's all budget.
The thing is, they've got the head from that fucking thing from Power Rangers as well, and I couldn't see past it. It's Alpha 5 from fucking Power Rangers. Oh, we want Power Rangers. Oh my god. And every time I'm looking at him, I'm like, oh fucking hell, it's Alpha 5 again. What's he doing? You know what I mean, though, don't you?
Oh my god, I can see it now. I didn't spot it, but now I've seen it.
And now you've seen it, you can't unsee it. But I saw it immediately, and I'm like, oh no, Zordon.
All you needed was Zordon to pop up and go, Power Rangers, you are needed in the mall.
Yeah, I hate the design. And the thing is, like, I hated it initially when I first started the movie, but as the movie goes on, the intelligence of the robots comes a lot more to fruition. They start doing some really clever stuff in terms of tracking down these kids and bursting through certain areas of the mall that I'm like, actually, that was pretty impressive. Considering the restraints you have as your design and the way you can only move back and forth and you've got little grabbers, like collectively as a team, you're doing some really intelligent stuff that I'm like, oh, that's actually impressive. And yes, and the more and more it went on, the more and more I believed in the capabilities of these robots. I was just still always in a position of, I'd just push you over. I'd push you over and you won't be able to get back up.
Yeah, I like when the girls get out of the air duct because the robots turn the heat up and they can't cope with it. They get out of the air duct. When they're in that shop and they're all sat there making Molotov cocktails, that I thought was great. And when they threw one at the robot, I was like, oh, brilliant. It's going to kill the robot. No, the robot just rolls through it. Like, yes, it's fireproof. It just looks like it's rolling through hell.
I mean, let's be honest. If it's a bulletproof robot, it's not going to do a lot of damage if someone puts a lighter to it.
No, I do need to ask, how do they get up and down escalators? Because they get up and down escalators, but there are many shots in this movie when I can see that the robot is a good 1.5 feet too wide to fit on any escalator ever.
I didn't pick up on that. That's so fucking annoying because that's the kind of comment that I would have. And they're the kind of issues I would be bringing to the table. And the fact that you've spotted it and I haven't has really pissed me off.
There is a bit where the robot, like, they run down the escalator and the robot stops at the top and its tracks are level with the edge of the escalator. Literally fucking blink 2 seconds later, they're on another floor and you see a shot of the robot coming up the escalator. And I'm like, how have you got on the escalator? Like, have you taken your tracks off? You're like carrying them under your arm? Like, what the fuck?
The thing that I love about stuff like that is, yes, it clearly doesn't fit on the escalator. And I would have seen, I don't know how I didn't see it, but now I do know it. When I go back and watch this, I know that there is a guy crouched down under that escalator holding up an Alpha 5 head, you know, and that's going to break me every time I rewatch this film.
And it's so good. Like, some of the kills in this are really good as well. Like, they pick off all of the remaining cast minus the nerdy girl and the nerdy guy. And the way
dude, we have to talk about Hero's death, though.
we could talk about heroes' deaths after we talk about the lift. So they set up this propane like trap on the lift, and they convince it to go in, get the robot to go in. He dives off the roof, and this is where they're all shooting, trying to hit the propane tank. And this is where Nerdy Girl went from Nerdy Girl to Final Girl. She literally snatches the gun off the bloke, points, closes one eye, pulls the trigger, massive explosion, job done. I'm like, yeah, you're walking out here, not a
Dead
scratch.
eye.
You're absolutely fine. The hero's death. This is dumb. So
dumb. That is like the least way you could describe it. This is the most insane shit I've ever seen on a movie. This is like that Michael Myers scene, not the Halloween Michael Myers, Austin Powers Michael Myers, where he's like driving that car and he's like, no, and he gets on this thing and it's like slow motion crashes into the robot. I'm like, no,
what is it he gets
hero?
What is it he get like? So
I have no idea. It looks like something you'd clean an ice rink with. I'm like, why is that even in a shopping mall?
The robot kills his girlfriend. He gets on, I don't know, a Zamboni / tiny scooter hybrid and charges the robot that's already like being electrocuted.
Like 2 miles an hour. At 2 miles an hour, he crashes into this thing. And again, I had to rewind it because I was like, she's not dead. Like, I've seen other people in this movie take similar shots from these fucking weak-ass lasers. Like, surely she's not dead. Why is he doing this sort of sacrifice of passion moment for somebody who's just got a little bit electrocuted from a weak laser? But yeah, he fully gets on this car and crashes into the robot. And I was like, I just can't believe this is happening. I can't believe this is how we're going to see our hero of the movie go out.
The best bit of this is he hits at like 2 miles an hour, and then there's a good 7 or 8 second pause, and then there's an explosion because that little like tap of this bulletproof robot caused the robot and the bike to burst into flames and explode.
But it's like with every character throughout this movie, I was like, well, you're not dead. You'll be back in a moment. You're not dead. Yeah. And I'm expecting you to just like sort of get up and be like, oh, that hurt, and dust it off. And his girlfriend was like one of the prime examples of that scene. And I was like, why are you like Braveheart in this moment when you don't need to? She's just got a little bit of a tickle from these weak lasers. But yeah, he goes full in and commits to it and sacrifices himself unnecessarily, by the way. Like he didn't need to do that. No, like that machine traveled at such speed that he could have quite easily just put anything on the accelerator and still had enough time to get himself out of the situation. It was very laughable. Like, this was the one moment in the movie where I was like, this is fucking stupid.
It was a moment where I went, this is fucking stupid, followed by, I really like this.
Oh, mate, don't get me wrong. Like, these are the reasons why I love kind of movies like this, because it's like, that was fucking hilarious. But at the same time, like, I was on such a roller coaster with Chopping Mall that I went in low and then I hit such a high with it. I was like, this is fucking perfect. And then this was the scene that kind of brought me back down again. And I was like, oh, no, don't do that. Please don't do that. And they did. And they fully committed to it as well. Like, I was expecting this to be one of those scenes that played out to a certain point in the movie where he wakes up, you know, and he's like, shakes it off kind of thing. But yeah, no, he didn't. They killed him off there and then. They killed her off there and then as well. And I just don't feel like either of the injuries sustained in this scene warranted them to go out like they did.
No, and it leaves you with the final girl and the final boy, and the final boy gets knocked out and gets his head all cut open, and you think he's dead.
They do the similar thing, though. That's what I'm saying. This is what I mean. Like, I at this point, because of the weak ass fucking insinuations of everybody else's death, I was like, well, maybe he's dead too now, and maybe it's just her. I was like, I don't, as much as I know the story should tell me he's gonna come back and save the day, Like, I'm like, I don't know anymore. I genuinely do not know if that canister to the chest has killed him or not, because it does not follow normal law.
No, it doesn't. I'll be honest. I thought he was dead. And I like the fact that he does come back. He's not dead. But I like the fact that they give the final girl her moment where it's very much like I don't need him. Like her killing of the last robot is brilliant.
We'll
Like,
talk about when he comes back when we get to it, because I don't want to interrupt the segment of the final girl.
yeah.
But,
So she'd stuck a flare down her top when they were making the Molotov cocktails. And she basically baits this robot to follow her to the paint shop where she's put paint all over the floor.
I did like this. This was very Home Alone-esque, and I was on board for it.
Yeah, the robot goes in. Bear in mind, it's got military tracks on it. This thing could climb a fucking mountain. It goes into the shop. She gets out behind it. It then gets stuck and wheel spins. It's tracks. It can't wheel spin, but it wheel spins on the paint. And she hits it with the line that it's been delivering every time it kills someone. Have a nice day. Have a nice day. And she's like, have a nice day. Cracks the flare and throws it in. You get this ridiculous explosion shot from
I didn't know
30
paint was
different
this
angles.
flammable.
I don't think paint is this flammable. Even paint in the 80s, I don't think was this flammable.
It's certainly not.
No,
But I was
not-
all right with it. I was okay with it, to be honest with you. She got the moment she deserved throughout the film. But again, it was schlocky, man.
It was, and I'm fully on board for it. Why did the final boy turn up with an entire toilet roll attached to the side of his head?
I did laugh a lot when he did turn up. But the thing that made me laugh the most is like she's just battled this robot on her own. Like she'd been through the most heinous thing trying to defeat this. Like that tarantula scene, which we glossed over, was fucking awful. That was like the worst thing in the movie. I was like, no.
I deliberately didn't bring it up because I know you didn't like it. Like they hide in the pet store, and the tarantula's getting out. Like as soon as I saw it, it was real, and it scurried. It scurried.
Mate, like I'm getting shudders now. I'm like, oh no, like, and there was crawling all over as well. And I know as an actress, she'd have had to endure that as a scene. It's like, just lay still. We're just going to put these tarantulas on you. We're going to film it for a couple of minutes, and then we'll get you straight back out. And the whole time I was watching, I was like, nope, I don't care. You couldn't pay me enough. I don't want to do that.
It was the one that went up her side and then like on the side of her face and just sat on the side of her
face. I don't like it. And I didn't like it either watching it. But like that's what I'm saying. Like she'd been through all of this. She defeated that robot without his help. And then he came back at the end with a fucking toilet roll stuck to the side of his head like they were a team. Like, yay, we did it. I'm like, fuck you, dude. Like, you fell over and left her to herself. Like, you don't get the glory.
Let's be honest, he didn't do anything in this movie. He kissed her at the beginning, and then he bumbled around until he got knocked out. And he's like a boss. That's exactly what a boss at a job does. Does fuck all at the beginning, promises you the earth, bumbles round, and then at the end, when you've delivered whatever you need to deliver for your job, rocks up and goes, "We done a great job." He's a boss. That's what he is.
Yeah, he's a dick, is what he is.
He is a dick. Is there anything else you want to talk about before we go to your recommended account of the week?
Briefly, I want to talk about Barbara Crampton in this movie.
It's great.
I like her. I thought she was the best of the bunch. Let's be honest, she was the best of the bunch. It was nice to see her in this movie. And whenever I think of Barbara Crampton in horror, I never ever think of Chopping Mall. And that's not just because I've seen it. It's just because one of those movies where like people don't tend to talk about her performance in this film that often. I loved her in Castle Freak, and I love her in the Reanimator franchise. But yeah, I think she was fantastic here. And she sort of brings an element of believability to a cast that's very unbelievable. So
yeah,
other than recognition for Barbara Crampton, I have not a lot else to say about this fucking movie.
No, I don't either. Let's do your recommended account. Here is your soundbite, sir.
So if you're about to go to the dentist, make sure you weren't deep-throating cock beforehand, Because they'll know.
Yeah, I'm still not ready. Right, this week. No, I'm ready now. Don't drop me. I want you to start. This week's recommended account of the week is _horror hoarder. And as I mentioned previously last week, I'm trying to pinpoint on certain horror accounts that I don't feel are getting the recognition they deserve throughout the month of October. And this is one of them. Very similar to last week's account. They're just an account that showcases their collections, the things they own, as well as showcasing horror movies that they like personal to their account. And I think that's one thing with Instagram accounts, which is what I like. Regardless of what your niche is as a creator on Instagram, you can always identify the personalities that those person has within horror, and what kind of movies they're into and what kind of films they're like based on the kind of content they're creating. And that's not necessarily key to this account. That's just something that while I've been pinpointing certain accounts throughout the last couple of weeks that I've noticed more and more is regardless of what the content is, you can learn a lot about how much that type of person is into certain aspects of horror or what type of movies they're like. And especially when you're like researching into your own kind of what you want to watch. Because for me, a lot of the times when I'm scrolling Instagram is usually, oh, that's a movie I want to watch. Or, oh, I've never seen that before. I'm going to go check that out. And a lot of these unique indie accounts, I say indie, like they're unknown. I don't know how we've even got to this stage where like you're a rock star on social media. It blows my mind. It makes me cringe inside that I'm even having this conversation. But when I go back and I see accounts like this and they're very underappreciated in terms of their follower counts and their numbers in terms of what everybody should be following them for, it's just, it's nice to see how personable an account is as opposed to just following the likes and the followers, as opposed to doing what the algorithm's telling them to do in terms of getting accounts and getting followers and getting likes. It's nice to see somebody just being authentic with showcasing something that they want to showcase. And this is a prime example of that. The _horror hoarder does that. He's a very faithful account. He just shares what he likes. And that's all there is really to it. And I think that there's a unique window into accounts like this that introduce a lot of people to films that they've not seen before, or films that maybe hasn't crossed their paths that are definitely worth checking out. And I've noticed that a lot more recently with smaller accounts just being faithful to what their opinion is of the day as opposed to what's trending on social media. So go and check these accounts out for that reason alone, because you might surprise yourself and you might find a movie that you've never even heard of or not even thought about in 20 years. And that is the _horror hoarder. Check it out. Give it a like. Give it a follow. Let them know the You Run podcast sent you there.
This month, I'm going to be introducing you to our two newest members of the You Run Podcast Network. We have the Deadbeats podcast hosted by Will and JT, a horror movie review podcast that is kind of unlike anything else you will see on the network, and you need to go and watch it to fully understand why. This show does deep dives into horror movies, does interviews with celebrities. This is a really cool horror podcast that doesn't quite fit the mould of your regular podcast, so you need to go and check them out. The other show that you absolutely have to go and listen to is the What the Fuck Are You Doing podcast. This show, hosted by Hearn Dizzle and E-Bitty, covers, well, everything. Music, games, TV, random thoughts that pop in their head, creative pursuits, you name it, they cover it. If it comes into their head, they say it. It's a wildly entertaining and hilariously funny show. So go and check out both of those shows and all the other shows of the You Run Podcast Network, and all you need to do is go to yourunpodcast.com. Anyway, I'm going to say back to the show now. Back to the show.
Thanks, Scotty Itty Bitty.
You're welcome. Go and follow Mark's recommended account of the week, and if you've got a recommended account of the week that you think is a great account that should get promoted, send it to one of Mark's Instagram accounts. You've got at VHS from the Crypt, where he showcases an entire host of VHS that you've not seen since you were a kid, or go to @reviewsfromthecrypt, where he occasionally reviews horror movies, and they are slowly coming back. I've seen a couple of reviews creeping in from you, which is nice.
Mate, I did not to bring it up on this episode, but I did Death of a Unicorn.
Oh man, what a terrible film.
I'm so glad you have said that. And one thing that do you know what I've realized about myself is that we do occasionally like our horror predictions of what's going to be fucking awesome in the year coming forward. And
Yeah.
Death of a Unicorn was one of those movies for me, and I remember massively glorifying it and be like, "This is going to be fucking great."
It was
right
fucking
up my street. It was the worst fucking movie I have seen in years, mate. In years. It made even Paul Rudd look bad. And I don't know how you make him look bad as an actor, because I love him in everything that he does. And I just fucking despised him the entire way through that film. Honestly, I was so enraged to the point that I was like, I'm not watching new releases anymore. I literally cannot watch new releases anymore because this is a fucking tripe that they're turning out.
Yeah, it is arguably the worst movie I've seen in decades. So much so that I've deliberately not reviewed it because I know there's a big contingent of people who really, really like it, and I've got so much venom to throw at it that I've held it back. Maybe
Don't
I'll do
worry,
it.
I'm gonna get there. It'll be out there shortly. I have just fucking gone on a warpath for this film. It's a proper tirade, and I don't care.
Yeah, it's absolutely dreadful. Really, really, really bad. But yeah, go and follow both of Mark's accounts and send him recommended account of the weeks. Also, make sure you go and check out yourunpodcast.com. That's where you get links to our shows. You get links to all of the shows of the You Run Podcast Network, not just the ones I just advertised. There's 19 shows, everything from true crime through to paranormal through to general conversations due to music, like you name it, it's there. There will be a show that you'll love just as much as you love this one, so go and check them out. If you want to support us, you can. We're at You Run Podcast on all the social medias. Go and give us a follow. If you really want to support us and you're willing to part with your hard-earned cash, go to patreon.com/You Run Podcast. There's a whole selection of different tiers and different perks and different controls and all kinds of other shit you get just for spending less than the beer. Less than a pint will get you the mid-tier, which gets you almost everything. And that's all it is a month. So just sacrifice one beer a month to join our Patreon. There are free things you can do as well. You can join Patreon for free, and we throw you a bone once a week because we're nice like that. Or you can share the show with a friend. That's free. You don't need any money to do that. You can review the show on Apple or Spotify. Literally just review the show. It's not difficult. Like one of our posts on social media, or send us an audio DM on X or Instagram, and we will play your voice on the air. Do you want to do the game next, or would you like movie facts next?
No, let's spice it up. Let's have a game.
Let's have a game.
We haven't done a game in a while.
We haven't done a game. It's been a while since we've done a game.
It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
So I decided to do a quick game because we have no voicemails, we have no comments this week. Mark, I'm going to show you an image of a robot. It's a super zoomed in image of a robot. And all you need to do is name the movie that robot comes from.
Not the robot itself, just the movie.
If you can name the robot and the movie, I'll give you 2 points.
All right, okay. Oh, there's actually a point system, right?
There's a point system. So 1 point for the movie, 1 point for the robot, maximum of 10 points. So here is your first image.
My initial instinct is to say RoboCop.
That is RoboCop.
Hey, 2 points.
2 points. It's the movie and the robot are one in the same. Your next one is this one.
Oh, I should watch more sci-fi. I want to say it's RoboCop again, like the one at the end. I don't know what the name of the robot is. I feel like I'm massively wrong now. Is it going to be like some store? Is it the one from like Star Wars in the ice? I'm not a Star Wars guy.
What are you going with?
I feel like I'm going to go because you wouldn't do RoboCop twice. I feel like it's the Star Wars one.
Okay, well, you're wrong. And what it is Johnny Five.
I don't know Johnny Five. The
I
only
have-
reference I have to Johnny Five is the episode of Goldbergs.
You need to go and watch Short Circuit. That's a movie that you will absolutely adore. It's that full nostalgic 80s.
Yeah.
You'll love that. So here's your next robot.
This is really fucking hard.
I thought you would do better. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, no. This is really, really hard. I automatically just want to go like Star Wars every single time. Should I know? Should I know this?
100% you should know. You should know this more this week than ever before.
Oh, right. Okay. Is that the robot from Chopping Mall?
It is the robot from. Oh, well done. So you've got 4 points. Let's go with this one.
It's T. Oh shit! It's T1000. He is a 1000, isn't he? The Terminator. He's a T1000.
T1000 is liquid.
Oh, T. Oh shit! What is the Terminator?
Well,
I'm asking you a question.
Yeah, you're picking the movie Terminator.
I'm picking the movie Terminator, but is it T800?
That's correct. It's a T800.
Yeah. There we go.
Your last one, this is the hardest one. You're on 6 points, so you potential for 8 points here with only 1 incorrect. This is the hardest one.
I hope everybody else is seeing the same fucking image that I am.
Yeah, they are.
Right. I don't want you to tell me what it is, but I want you to give me a clue.
It's set in a futuristic world where robots help us.
Oh, it's iRobot.
It is iRobot. Congratulations. What was the name of the robot in iRobot, though?
Wasn't he like, he had like a human name, didn't he? He was like Samuel or something like that, I believe.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, I forgot to put it in my notes, so I can't remember. So I'm going to give you the 2 points. You got 8 points for that. Congratulations, you beat the fun little game we had to fill voicemails.
I just to be clear, I don't know if that's fact, but I feel like they give him a humanistic name in that movie, and I think he was like Samuel. Samuel's the one that rings a bell. Let me know. Ring in and let me know if I was right or wrong.
It's Samuel or Walter or something like that. Let's do some facts.
Doesn't matter what you think.
It does matter what I think because I've got loads of facts. So the film was shot in a real California mall, and they had an agreement that they weren't to damage any of the fixtures, any of the fittings, or any of the facilities. And they had to have the mall back to normal by 9 a.m. every day.
Oh, so this was all filmed during the night?
All filmed during the night. So when they destroy a fake shop front that they'd built in an empty lot, they completely destroy it, have explosions. That needs to be spotless and the new windows and everything back in by 9 o'clock the next morning. The security of the mall, the actual security, had massive issues and done everything they could to disrupt the filming of this movie. The owner of the mall was incredibly supportive and basically made it possible for this to happen. Even closed the mall on a Sunday to give them an extra full day of shooting to let it go ahead.
That's cool.
Did you recognize the mall?
No. Should I? Don't tell me it's Dawn of the Dead Mall because I'll lose my shit.
No, it's the Sherman Oaks Galleria, which is the same mall that's used in Commando. So when he does the big swing down, he lands on the elevator that you see explode in this one. These were filmed around about the same time, but this movie didn't have the budget to film during the day. So let's be honest, this was just a little bit of extra pocket money for the owner of the mall. When, you film at night. Yeah, it's fine. We got Arnie in here during the day. You come in the evening. It's fine.
Yeah.
So this movie was released in March of 1986 called Killbots. it absolutely bombed at the theaters, like bombed really, really, really bad. People thought it was like Transformers. They thought it was a Transformers style movie and thought it was for kids, and no one went to see it. So what they done is they renamed it and re-released it under Chopping Mall, and it made a ton of fucking money. Like, they didn't change anything, just the name, and give it a re-release, and all of a sudden it was a big hit.
That's bizarre, isn't it?
Like, literally, the posters, everything's the same apart from the name.
That's mental. Absolutely mental.
Yeah, mind-bendingly stupid. There were talks about a sequel for this for years, but it never happened. There are two versions of this film. There's a TV cut which has extra footage of, like, you see them watching the movie and you get the extended scene of them kissing, and then there's a version where all of that's cut out. I take it you
watched that version. Yeah,
the extended version. I did as well. The design of this was purely inspired by Short Circuit. Both the robots have the track wheels. Both of them are animated by lightning. One of them becomes sort of free thinking and wants to gain intelligence. This one becomes evil. That's the only difference. They both also have their own theme music when they're on screen.
Mate, like, I don't even know what to say to that. Like, you're trying to compare the nicest movie ever made, by all accounts, to Chopping Mall.
Yeah. At one point, the men have a conversation about whether the killbots are telepathic, and he goes, he'll be angry when he reads my mind. And this is a line from The Thing from Another World, which then was remade into The Thing.
I was going to say, not the John Carpenter version.
No, which I thought was cool. So the stunt crew, you know the bit where the guy gets thrown off the balcony that we completely looked over? He gets thrown off the balcony and goes splat. The stunt crew was setting up for it, and the guy who was meant to do it was really nervous about doing it. So the director went, I'll do it to show you it's not dangerous. Like, I'm willing to do it. So he agreed to do the stunt from the second floor balcony, done the whole, well, I'm the director, I'll do it from the second floor to show you it's not dangerous, then you can do it from the third floor. When he jumped off, he broke a rib because it was, in fact, dangerous. He completed the filming of this movie and didn't tell a soul, showed no pain when he got up, just saw it, yeah, it was all right, and then filmed the scene. It wasn't until production had wrapped that he revealed he broke a rib when he'd done the stunt himself.
He's also the voice of the robots as well in this movie.
Yes, the voice of the robots is like, they're like the world's worst self-checkout. Thank you. Have a good day.
Yeah, the director, Jim Wynorski, as much as apparently he's a daredevil, he also voiced the robots, which I thought was interesting, but also showcasing of the budget of this movie.
100%. Speaking of self-checkouts, do you ever shop in the pound shop?
Occasionally.
So at the moment, the pound shop have put in their on their tills, they've changed the voice of their tills. So at the moment, they have Halloween themed self-checkouts. And it's like, it's time to pay by card. It's Dracula. It's the fucking coolest shit ever.
That's awesome. But like, my pound shops have a till still. I don't think they have self-checkouts in the pound shop near me.
I forget you.
But the thing that annoys me about the pound shop is nothing is a pound anymore.
No, it's like a pound shop and you buy one item, it's like that's $6.49. What? How does that work?
Yeah, like he's basically just a second grade B&M. I'm like, I thought you specialised in being a pound.
Yeah, well, times are tough. Even the pound shops put their prices up.
Inflation has hit the pound shop.
We done caption this week. This is the image we gave you, which is the beautiful Force lightning. Look at that bit on his knee. Like,
very cool. Yeah, Microsoft Paint doing its best.
Yeah. We went with what in the world of cinema went with it's the electric boogie oogie oogie oo.
Cool.
We've got what the fuck are you doing podcasts went with How I look when I come up to the register and I see the total after buying my groceries. Yeah, real world problems.
Yeah.
Skelly, I don't know what you're insinuating with this, and I think I need an explanation. But Skelly went with, I knew I shouldn't have given my wife the remote. The remote to what? Like, that's what I'm asking here. Like, what remote causes your man to do that, Skelly? I need to know. Nightmare went with, well, you ignored the wet floor sign, so it's kind of on you. I'm going to try and do this in my best Hulk Hogan impression. Chaz Presley went with, I'm going to really struggle. I really fuck this up. When
Do
you
it.
pun,
When you run, don't let me get in your head. Just do it.
When you run Podcast Mania runs wild on his listeners, brother. Take your vitamins, say your Patreon prayers, and be good little you run maniacs. Yeah.
Thanks, Donald Trump.
I don't even know what we're doing anymore. We have a game. It's the game that never ends. I'm going to play you an audio clip. There are 5 movies within the audio clip. 3 of them have been guessed. Number 1 is Halloween Resurrection. Number 3 is Sleepaway Camp. Number 5 is Evil Dead 2013. Fill in the gaps. If you fill in the gaps, you win a prize. If you're not a Patreon member already, you get 1 year's subscription to the tier that gets you all the extra shows and all the cool shit. If you are a Patreon member, you get just kind of whatever you want. Just tell us what you want and we will deliver what you need. Yep. I'm going to let you.
I'm willing to do anything now at this point, just to fucking end this game.
Just to
like
make it
anything you want. The most ludicrous shit you can imagine. I will commit to it just to fucking finalize this shit.
Do you remember we used to play fun games each week? And I come up with this, like, this will be a fun thing for a couple of weeks. It's been months.
It's been months. I'm honestly dying inside. Every time we get to the end of an episode and we do this segment, I'm like, please, God, just fucking finish this shit. So I will do whatever you want.
I'm hoping for the Halloween special we'll have lots of guesses and someone will be right. But here is that clip.
Trick or treat. What have you done?
Eat shit!
Move! Give me a break.
See, I think I know number 4 now.
What do you... Give me the movie you think number 4 is from. No, in fact, no.
I was going to say, isn't the whole point of the actual question? Yeah, I was going to say, if I tell you the movie that I think it's from and it's right...
Do you think the movie is a standalone movie?
No, I know it has sequels.
Right. Okay. It has a sequel and a prequel, to be specific.
I don't know the details of the 3rd movie in terms of it being a prequel.
No,
I know it has a sequel because I've seen it.
But I think I'm
right.
We have
reviewed it. We have reviewed it.
All 3 movies have been reviewed on this show. So I'm going to play it one more time. And that's all
shit. No, it's not what I think it is then.
No, all 3 have been reviewed. I'll play the clip one more time.
Trick or treat. What have you done?
Eat shit!
Move! Give me a break.
So all 3 movies have been...
For number 4.
Okay, right. No, yeah, I know what it is.
You know what it is. I'm hoping everyone else does. And if you don't know what it is, go to my Instagram, scroll down, click on a couple of the reels. One of the reels is that clip. And I may even do that with the second one this week, just to make it.
I'm just going to put this out there now because I thought question number 4 was Starship Troopers. That's where my mind was. And then he said, we've done them all on the show. And I immediately figured out exactly what it was. And I know what it is now. I want this to end. I want it to end.
Yeah.
I will give you the answer. I swear to God, I will tell you exactly what it is.
Or just go to my Instagram, scroll through. You will find the.
No, don't waste your time. Don't waste your time. Just DM me. I will tell you. You ask for it. I will give it to you.
Right. So one more time for those of you who still think you haven't solved it.
Trick or treat. What have you done?
Eat shit!
Move! Give me a break.
I'm going to let you round this bad boy up first.
Oh man, I don't want the pressure. Right. I don't even know where to begin with Chopping Mall because it's one of those movies that I didn't hate, but I didn't love. But everything about it screams like it would be a me type of movie.
Yeah.
And I think it will be. I think it will be now that I've seen it once. I think over time it is definitely going to get a revisit from me, 100%. Like this is going to be a movie that I'll be like, oh, I should probably watch that again. And the issues that I had with it at the start might be a little bit more enjoyable for me going forward, knowing what I know now. But as a
Yeah.
first time watch in 2025, it just kind of it put me in a weird place early on that I didn't think I was going to be able to recover from. I didn't know how to sort of digest the tonal setup that Jim Wynorski did with the opening of this movie. Once we hit that point where the first two characters were killed off, and then it came out to an all out battle scene from that point, and the robots became a lot more intimidating due to the intelligence, not just the design of them. I found myself falling into it like quite heavily, and I was really invested. I still think the design of the robots is piss poor. I think they look absolutely shocking, especially in a post Terminator era. How that they thought this compared to Arnold Schwarzenegger's exoskeleton is going to be somewhat of a competition is just mind blowing to me. I don't see how you can be in a post Terminator era and make a design of a robot like this, and everybody in the audience is going to be like, yeah, man, that's the scariest thing I've ever seen.
It's just not.
But regardless of that, I liked it. I liked it. It was entertaining. But again, it was entertaining for the wrong reasons. I wasn't enjoying the cast because this is some of the worst line delivery I've ever seen in any movie, even regardless of the script. I think this was just mind-meltingly so unrealistic in terms of character dialogue that it kind of hurt my soul a little bit having to watch it. The choices made throughout some of the characters and how they got from point A to point B throughout the terms of the movie was weird. I knew from the start of the introduction of the nerdy characters that they were going to be our final people, but to see our hero character go out in the way that he did hurt my soul massively. I was like, you deserved better. And again, it was just jarring seeing certain characters go out in such a limp way to the point where I was like, well, they're definitely going to come back again. And then when they didn't, I was like, oh no, that was actually the termination of that character.
Yeah, that was their death.
That was how we're supposed to part ways with these people.
Still, the worst is the laser to the belly, like, chew, dead.
Yeah, and I liked her a lot. You know, I thought she was really cool, and I thought she was going to be like one of the mainstays till the end. And when she went out in such a fucking nonchalant way, I was like, nah, she's fine. She's just taking a light hit, and she'll wake up, and it'll play an important factor to the rest of the movie. And it didn't. I was like, oh, you do not know what you're doing with this film. But again, it was just enjoyable. Like once I hit that boring period at the beginning and got through that stride, like I just really enjoyed myself. And I can't sit here and tell you that it's a fantastic movie because it's not. And if you're a person who goes into film and critiques it to a certain element and you're like, nah, I can't, this is just I can't see past this bullshit, you're not going to make it past the 30-minute mark with Chopping Mall.
No.
You're really not. But if you're willing to persist and enjoy things for what they are, you will have a lot of fun with Chopping Mall. I personally really, really liked it, and I didn't expect myself to. And I'm going to give this a 4 out of 5 because I just thought it was one of those movies that was catered to me, just not introduced to me properly. I think I'm going to enjoy it more going forward than what I did on my initial review. And I think give me time with Chopping Mall. I get it now. I never used to understand the hype, and people are like, oh, what's Chopping Mall? Chopping Mall is one of the best movies ever, especially like within the Slocky community. People are like, yeah, Chopping Mall is fucking fantastic. I've seen the design of the robots. I've seen sort of trailers of how pathetic, in a sense, this movie was. I was like, this just no. I have no interest. I do not want to watch this film. It looks fucking stupid. I'm not bothered by it. Now I get it, but I'm not in a place where I can recognize its cult status just yet. But I feel like give me another couple of Halloweens where I'm going to just throw a chopping mall on one night. I probably will be one of the people who would turn around to you and say, "Yeah, Chopping Mall is one of the best movies ever made."
Yeah,
I can see myself being that person.
yeah. I thought you were going to be that person today, and I
Yeah,
understand.
and most people would have expected me to be.
Yeah, I like this. It's a basic bitch movie for basic bitches. And I am one of those basic bitches. The plot is non-existent. At best, it's a poorly fleshed out plot. The characters just the most generic bullshit, terrible dialogue you could possibly throw together. They throw in a few tits just to make me go, oh, boobies. The robot design looks like Short Circuit fucked the robot from Meet the Robinsons, and this is their homicidal babies. The lightning effects, the laser effects are atrocious. Practical effects are average. There is nothing about this movie that screams, I'm a good movie. But I really like this movie, and it's a really good movie, despite everything. Like, this movie does every single thing wrong. And at the end, I went, that was great. I really liked that. It's pitch perfect for this mind off, stupid robot slasher movie. It's just carnage with tits. That's what this is. And if you're after that, this will be perfect for you. I'm going to give this exactly the same score as Mark. I score this a 4 out of 5. And again, that sticks Chopping Mall way up there in the leader. Like, this has scored
mental.
Chopping Mall has scored higher than a few A24 movies we've reviewed this year.
It scored higher than Hannibal.
It has scored higher than Hannibal. It's also scored higher than The Lighthouse, off the top of my head. Yeah, it's when we release the top list for this year, everyone's gonna be like, the fuck are these guys on about? They know nothing about films.
No. But to be fair, no, I don't think that's true. I think a lot of people will be grateful of the honesty that comes with our rankings of these movies, because there's a lot of people out there who have the same opinions we do regarding things like Hannibal and stuff like that. And there's a lot of podcasts that go out on a limb and be like, this is the greatest movie of all time. Just because they're herds, they'll follow the pack and they'll do what they feel like they're supposed to do. But at least you know now, here at the You Run podcast, we will tell you it as it is, or at least what we feel that it is anyway. We're not saying that our opinion is gospel, but we'll at least give you our authentic opinion regarding a movie.
And our opinion is right, because
I'm better than you, and you know it.
Yeah, but you're not supposed to tell them
that. That is it for another week of Ultimate Halloween Month, and brings Halloween Month to an end, except for the special bonus episode that we have in just a couple of days' time on October 31st. On Halloween Eve, we will be covering a brand new release, The Black Phone 2.
Which I knew all about, which I'm really excited for.
You did, because you pay such close attention to everything that happens on this show.
Really excited about this announcement that I'm just typing in my phone right now so I don't forget.
Yeah, the thing is, like, this says goodbye to Halloween. Also, that episode says goodbye to Halloween. Also says goodbye to all of our seasonal listeners, which means that you and me then take a slow step into balls to the wall November.
I am so fucking excited for this month. This is the best month we have done on the show in the entirety of the 3 years we've been here.
I'm kind of with you. So balls to the wall November is where we basically go, all the casual listeners have now gone. They're now thinking about Christmas. We're only left with our core audience who like it when we talk about the wildest shit going. So we're literally covering the wildest shit going in Hollywood, horror. in horror. But until not even next week, in 3 days' time, we'll see you for Halloween. Halloween Eve, stick us on where you're putting decorations up, getting ready for your party. Listen to us talk about the Black Phone 2, which currently has got some awesome reviews. Awesome reviews.
I've heard mixed. I'll be honest with you.
I'll be interested.
From the circles that I'm in, it's people are struggling to digest the logical leaps from the first to the second. But I haven't seen it. I can't pass judgment on it, but that's why you're going to tune in next week.
Yeah, exactly that. And again, well done, Jim. You finally got Chopping Mall on the You Run podcast. Where does that keep coming from? Until next week, have a wonderful week, and we'll see you all soon.
Why are you gay?
You want to die tonight?
Late at night, I tune into your show, where you talk horror with a unique flow. Your voice is like sirens, draws me in, as you pick apart movies for murder and sin. The dad jokes you tell sets the scene. I hang on every word lost in the screen. Your passion for fear is contagious enough. You make me believe in Mark's overblown roundups. You run podcasts for a movie review. I'm very facts and playing games too. Your words paint pictures of darkness and dread, leaving me grinning long after I fled. But you run podcasts.
Let them come.
You run podcasts, horror movie review, unveiling facts and playing games too. Your words paint pictures of darkness and dread, leaving me grinning long after I fled. Thank you for taking us on this chilling ride, when nightmares roll free and comedy collide. With your podcast we laugh and cringe, but your content is so good we can't help but binge. You run podcasts. You run podcasts.
Hey, everybody, we're all gonna get laid.